All right, for this assignment, you're going to need to open up Revit. And when the option comes up, you're going to need to open up an architectural template. Double check and make sure that this is right here. If this did not come open and instead it says level 1 and level 2, you've accidentally opened up the wrong kind of template. So go up to the big R, go to New, go to Browse, and select Residential Default. Okay? Then once you're here, go over to the elevations, go to South, and we want to delete bottom of footing, top of footing, and basement. We want to delete second floor, and we want to set the roof to 8'4". And then we're going to go back to the first floor. All right. Now comes the fun part of the assignment. I want you to get on Google Chrome, and we're going to go to houseplans.com. That's houseplans.com. All right, once you're there, you should see this setup right here. You're going to go to 4-bedroom, 2 1/2 bath, 2-car garage, 1 floor, 2,000 square foot minimum. Okay, so make sure you've got those settings on. 4 bedrooms, 2 1/2 baths, 2-car garage, 1 story. You must meet those minimum requirements with a 2,000 square foot minimum. Then do search plans. And what you want to do is browse through and find a house that you like. So, for instance, let's say this was one of the ones that I liked right here. Okay? So I would look at this. Now, this is a good house plan, but what you're looking for is a specific set of numbers that make it easy to set the house up. So, for instance, right here where it says vaulted garage, 21 by 23. That's a nice, easy, round number to work with. Okay? If you look at your house that you're interested in and there's no easy numbers like that, you might want to move on and find a different floor plan. Okay? So, like for instance on this one has a covered porch, 18 by 7'6". That would work. That's an easy thing to set up. This breakfast area would be harder because you're not really sure where things stop. So you want something like this bedroom that's 11 by 11. This would be a real easy one to use if we wanted to use this house floor plan. So take a few minutes and find the floor plan that you like. And what you're going to do is when you finally find one that you like that meets all the requirements. So here's one, 14 by 12. That should work pretty easy. You've got a 19 by 20 living room. That would work for what we need. You would right-click on it, and you're going to save the image as, and this is important to look at. So right now it's saving it as a GIF image. Okay, I want to save it to my personal folder, and I'm going to create a new folder for this one to go into. So I'm deciding to call this the Curtis Greenhouse. Don't ask. I'm not going to explain. So I would save this file here. Now, it's important to note this. It is a GIF, a GIF. That'll work, but we've got to do an extra step. A JPEG is preferred, and a PNG is also preferred, as well as a bitmap. But there's a way you can work around all of those, okay? So I'm going to save this and go on. Okay? Now, just so this is easier, if it is a GIF file, go ahead and open up a regular folder. Okay? Browse to where you saved it. All right, see where it says GIF? And you're going to open it. And in this case, it might open it as a web page. I'm going to go File, Save As. and I want to save it as a bitmap this time. So put it back in the same place. This is to make sure that it imports. Okay, so this is one way if you're having problems importing the file. This is one way to fix the file type so that it will import here in just a second. Okay, so I would save that as a bitmap. Also, this happens sometimes. If you have a JPEG that you get this weird warping message, what you're going to need to do is go to it and open it. So edit. And then do a file save as and save it as a PNG. Okay? Save it as a PNG to your personal network folder. We had that problem in another class. Okay? All right. So once your file is ready, you're going to go back to Revit. Now, please give yourself about 10-15 minutes at the most to do that, but pick one quickly. Don't dilly-dally too much. All right, we're going to go to the Insert tab and Image. And I'm going to browse to my folder. And I'm going to browse to the Curtis Green. Oh, one more folder in. I'm going to go to the Curtis Green folder. That's what I called it. You can call it whatever you want to, the house. And then I'm going to try to insert the JPEG in this case. So you can insert JPEGs, PNGs, and bitmaps. So if you don't have it in that file format, you're going to either have to open it and save it as one of those 3 file formats. Okay? So I'm going to select the Curtis Green house, and it works. I could also do it as a PNG. Either one of those will work. And you can see I have this right here. Now, see how that is a little bigger than the area I have for my 4 cameras. So I'm going to put this here, just click and place it, and then I'm going to highlight my cameras, and I'm going to move them out just a little bit. And then I'm going to move that back into the middle. I want plenty of space for this to happen. Now, what I have here is a covered porch up at the top that is 20 by 8. Now, your numbers are going to be different, but you can do this with pretty much any setup. Okay? Like, see right here, I have a living room that's 15.5 by 13.1. As long as it's really easy to do, you're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Architecture, Model Line, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Okay? And I'm going to make those numbers permanent. And I'm going to select this and make this 20. And I'm going to select the top and make this 8. So take a second and get those set up to the right size. Okay? So this should equal this setup. Okay? Now that you've got that done, I'm just going to drag this over. I can use my up and down keys on the keyboard to match it. Now, don't ask me why this one matched perfect, because in most cases it's not. Okay? So I'm going to move this real quick. Make sure you get all of it. Okay? If it doesn't match, all you have to do is grab a corner and you can resize until you get close. And you can move it like that with the arrow keys. But basically what you're trying to do is match that up perfectly. Or as near perfect as you can get. Like, that is pretty darn close. I would be okay with that. Okay? So take care of that real quick. I'm going to open up a different file because I've started working on one. Okay, so my first step is to match those up. Okay? Now, I want to leave this on here so that this doesn't go away or doesn't, in case the image disappears the next time. I just want to keep that there. Okay? Then, not in a separate location, I just did this to make it easier for you to see. What you're going to do is you're going to trace the outside walls with the appropriate wall type. So in this case, I'm going to go to Wall, And I'm going to choose a brick exterior with wood stud. I am going to edit the type, edit the structure, so that it's only a 3.5-inch wall instead of a 5.5-inch wall. So let me do that for you. So I would edit type, and then I'm going to go to right here to structure to edit, and I'm going to change the structure, center structure, from 5.5 to 3.5 because that's a more typical wall type. All right, and then what I did was I just set up my outside walls. Okay, if I move this off, you can kind of see what I did. But I traced my outside walls. Okay, you don't want to take this off until you're finished with everything. And then I went in and dimensioned from corner to corner, and I made my numbers right. So like if you select this, let me click off of that. Let's say that number is some weird fraction. Okay? Oh, I locked them. Hold on. Okay, let's say you're getting some weird fraction on that. Well, I locked all of them. You want to make sure this is a nice round number. No fractions, no eighths, no quarters, no halves. Okay? And get all the way around. Do all your outside walls so that they work. Okay? Do all of your outside walls so that they have nice, good figures, good numbers. Okay? Notice no fractions. And for the most part, I'm pretty much dead on. Okay? Then, what you're going to do, once you get that set, you're going to change to an interior wall. Interior 4.5. And you're going to then trace the major walls. Now, I'm not super worried right now if that's in the right place. I just want it close. And notice I'm ignoring little things that I just don't need to worry about right now. I just want to get my main walls set up. Okay, so I'm going to kind of ignore all these little bitty lines. I just want to make sure that I have most of my things done. And so when you're done, you'll have a setup kind of like this. Okay, you are going to have to go in and make sure that all of those lines are good. We don't need any crazy fractions. Okay, make it work. Figure out a way to get it work. But basically, what I'm looking for is this. And that's going to get you to this aspect of the floor plan, where when you go to the 3D, you can see your floor plan. Make sure your walls go up to the roof, interior and exterior. Okay? But spend most of your time getting the main walls in place and getting those lined up. If you can get that far today, where you have most of your major walls done, interior and exterior, no fraction numbers, no weird crazy stuff, I will be happy. Good luck. You're going to have to watch the video if you're lost.